In this video, I'm going to show you how to sew the bottom on the Getaway bag. In another video, we showed you how to finish the inside seams. So you've done that already. You've bound the top and you've bound the bottom of the bag. And this is what it looks like from the inside. You're now going to turn this bag right side out. And it takes a little bit of maneuvering, but get the bag turned right side out. So there's the bag, and it's right side out. You've taken the bottom of the bag, you've rounded the corners, and you've bound the edge so that it's finished. You're now going to sew that onto the bottom of the bag. The first thing that you will do is you will pin this bottom onto the bottom of the bag. Now I'll pin the two ends, or the two sides first, and then I will pin the front and the back. So I'm pinning it on. And I'm eyeballing where the center is. Now I'm pinning it on the outside or the inside. It depends on where you want to sew it. So the two ends are pinned. Now I'm just going to stretch it a little bit and start pinning in the very center, making sure that it's even on the two ends. Now I'm trying to pin through the ditch. And you want to pin through the ditch on this side, on the bottom, and on the front or back or sides. When you're sewing, you definitely want to line these ditches up. So here's the ditch on the bottom. You want to line that ditch up with the ditch on the front or back or side. That is the thinnest part to be able to sew through. So when you sew this, you're going to sew right through that ditch. So I'm going to turn it on the other side, pin the other side. Now notice I'm not pinning the corners. The corners are going to be the most difficult part of this bottom to sew. And you're going to have to sew very, very slowly. If you feel comfortable that your ditches are all lined up, you can put this on the sewing machine and you can sew right through your ditches. I will generally baste those in place first. So I'll take them and baste them all around. When I baste them, the corners are going to be gathered a little bit because you have to ease some of the fullness at the corners. So basting it helps to keep that in place. When I stitch on the sewing machine, I will put this right underneath my sewing machine, and I will stitch very, very slowly at those corners, because that's going to be the most difficult spot for you to stitch the two pieces together. So stitch in the ditch, making sure that you're stitching through both ditches, both the bottom ditch and the front, back, or sides ditch, all the way around, and then you're all done.